This is the New Jersey State Police Data Center video number 5. The topic for this video is the Supplementary Homicide Report, or the SHR. I'm currently logged in as a contributor in the repository. I'm in Data Center, and I've gone to the Working Items section. So down here I'm going to be clicking on the February 2017 SRS report that I've been working on. And this shows the SRS report and where we stand with filling it out. As you can see, we've already completed the Return A, the supplement to Return A, the law enforcement officers killed or assaulted, which is the LEOCA form, and now we're going to do the Supplementary Homicide Report. So if this is something that involves inputting data, we would click New. If there's really nothing to report, that there were no homicides that particular month, so there's no supplementary homicide to create, you would still need to create a new 0 report, which is over here on the right side. So you click on New 0 and put the 0 information in. In this case, I do have something to fill out, so I'm going to go ahead and click on New. So this is the Supplementary Homicide Report, and the SHR is designed to collect additional details regarding the murder victim and offender, their relationship to one another, the weapon used, and the circumstances in each criminal homicide. Detailed data regarding the criminal homicide category can only be as comprehensive as the input provided by you, the agency. The SHR report is submitted for murder and non-negligent manslaughter. The agency user must fill out the following details on the SHR form. First, you want to make sure that your auto-save and your error display toggle switches are set to yes, so you can see your error messages, as well as having it save as you go through. You need to put in your victim-offender situation. So if you click the down arrow here, it'll give you your options here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on A, single victim, single offender. And then I need to assign it a case number. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a case number here. And then the date of the incident. And then it asks for the type of homicide. In this case, murder and non-negligent manslaughter. And then I can add a description here. So I'm going to go ahead and, I had this already put in earlier, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that. So it's Homicide 388 details. And then if I scroll down, it comes to the victim, offender, and then weapon used and relationship and circumstances sections. So let's go ahead and put in the victim, and in this case it's the first victim here. We have the age of 58, sex is female, race is white, ethnicity not Hispanic or Latino, and then there's a category here for the name of the victim. So Kelly Jones is our victim. And then we have the offender. So the first offender, we're going to give it a number 1. And then the age of the offender is 54. The sex is also female. The race is white. And then ethnicity, not Hispanic or Latino. The weapon used, we have lots of categories here, everything from an 11 firearm down to a 90. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and choose personal weapons. The relationship of the victim to offender, so you click on that, it gives you a number of categories here as well. And in this case, we have sister. And then circumstances, victim shot by, robber, robbery, victim shot, robber, so on and so forth. So if we click on that, we can pick out the circumstance. And in this case, it was an argument. Boy, it continues on and on here. So I believe it was an argument over trying to see if I can find a category that seems fitting. Why don't we go ahead and just say gambling. And one thing I want to note about the repository is it definitely has a way of doing checks and balances. So for example, if we have the victim as a female and we have the offender as a female, but we go ahead and show the relationship, instead of as a sister, we show it as a brother, the repository will give us a warning here. So you get this warning statement. So it doesn't think it makes sense for it to be two females and then a brother situation. So I'm going to go ahead and change it back to sister, and then that warning goes away. So we filled out this information here, and it's giving me an error. It says homicide incident date cannot be greater than SRS report month and year. So we need to back this up. So we need to check our information. And so let's go and say the 29th and see what it does here. It cannot be greater than the SRS report month and year. So we need to figure out what it is. If I remember right, this is a report for the month of February 2017. So the repository is throwing an error here, so you want to make sure that you're putting in the right information. So let's say it was February 9th, 2017, and as you might note, the error message has now gone away. So it's always important to check your data before you input, and if by chance you do make a mistake, it will catch it for you in most cases by giving you the red X. So it looks like everything here was accepted accurately. So let's scroll down. Now all I need to do is save the homicide by clicking the green button here. And once it saves that information, it should take us back one step here. And it shows it one more time. If I like what I'm seeing, then all I need to do is click the purple return button. And that brings us back to the list homicide report page. And it does break it down again. It shows the incident number, the case number, the incident date back in 2017 in February, the homicide type, the situation, and the description. It gave me a green check mark showing that it was valid. If I had reason to edit it again, I could go back in and click on the arrow here, and it'll take me in where I can make the changes. If for some odd reason I need to delete this information, I do have that option as well. I just click on the little garbage can icon here, and that will delete this particular incident. So everything looks okay to me. I'm going to go ahead and click the return button. Now if I did have another homicide report to create, I would then click the new homicide report button here that's green. But in this case, I think this is it. And as you can see, we are back to the SRS report page, and it shows me that the supplementary homicide report is valid. It gave me the check mark. If it did not think something was accurate, it would have given me the red X, and then I would know I need to go in and make some sort of correction or addition. By clicking the edit button here, the purple edit, I would be able to go back in to make that correction. If there's any input that needs to be documented here, any kind of notes, you can put that information down here as well, and you can save the note information. And so now that is the supplementary homicide report for the SRS report. We will move on next to age, sex, race, and ethnicity, which is the ASRE.